Hey everyone, I'm back, and this video is going to be a semi get ready with me / tutorial. I've kind of been MIA, but I'm back here and there. But anyways, let's just go ahead and get started. I started by priming my face with the Pore Professional Face Primer by Benefit. Sometimes my pores do show out through my foundation, so I like to, especially if I want my makeup to last all day, I like to have my face look as smoothly as possible. I especially do add this underneath my eye just because I want it to look smooth and kind of reduce any fine lines. I'm going to be using the Born This Way foundation by Too Faced, and it is one of my favorites. It says it helps oil control, but me being the oily person that I am, it still tends to get oily, so I really like to set it really well with translucent powder. This little kabuki / foundation brush, I actually bought it on eBay for 99 cents, and it helps me apply my foundation quickly and smoothly. Now this is a new technique that I've been trying. I've used the Anastasia Beverly Hills pomade in dark brown and just a tiny bit of Wet n Wild's Fergie's eyeliner gel, just to kind of make it a little bit darker. I do have the Anastasia Dipbrow pomade in ebony, but for some reason I really like how this actually comes out. It kind of tames my hairs and is just like a draw your eyebrows kind of thing. I don't have to do like anything else to it. All the faces that we do while we're trying to get them brows on fleek. So I'm using the Come Correct by Fergie and Wet n Wild. It's just a very thick concealer, and I use a very thin angled concealer brush just so I can clean up my eyebrows and define them a little bit more. Make sure you guys blend, because you don't want to have like a white line and then you can tell where you kind of carved out your eyebrows. For my eye primer, I use Too Faced Shadow Assurance 24-hour long wear, and I set it with the Airspun translucent powder. I'm going to be using the Gwen Stefani Urban Decay palette, and I use Anaheim and Zone as my transition color. These are like my go-to colors just because they blend in really well and they're so freaking pretty together. And then I just grab like an orangey tone. It doesn't have to be from this palette, but anything that's a little bit orangey, just so you can bring out more warmth into your eye. The eyeshadow that the brush that I'm using is the Wet n Wild, and you can actually find them at the Dollar Tree. If you guys are lucky enough, go to Dollar Tree, they have them there. And I'm just building up the color. The color that I grab right now, it is Punk, and just to kind of make it more depth. And I grab a 217 brush just to blend everything out. Because remember, the key is blending, and you do not want any harsh lines whatsoever. This is like the toughest part. Like I spend like 15 minutes just blending. And make sure that both eyes look somewhat even. I'm using NYX Loose Pigment and the color LP21. I'm not quite sure, but I'll link it in the description down below. And I'm using the NYX Glitter glue as a base just so it can keep that pigment all night, and also it prevents any fallout, and it makes the pigment stand out a little bit more. All of this stuff that you can actually purchase at Ulta or your local beauty supply online. All the information of all the items that I use, products, that will be listed in the description down below, just in case I missed it. And I grabbed just a little detailed brush and used a little bit more of Punk just again to kind of blend out the loose pigment and the eyeshadow together. I'm using LA Girl Pro HD Concealer in color Porcelain just as my highlight. And this is a little technique that I use. I use my NYX face setting spray, and I kind of make my beauty blender damp, and then I start blending. I don't really use water just because I tend to see the when I use water, it kind of takes away more product, versus this one, it sets it and it also leaves it matte. I'm going to be using the LA Girl again Pro Concealer in color Tan just as my contour. Now you don't really need to contour this much, but I was going to a party and I was going at it, and I wanted to go ahead and make sure my makeup lasted all night. And again, as you saw, I used my setting spray, my NYX setting spray for almost everything, just so it can blend out the color very easily. I'm going to be using the LA Color contour palette, I believe. And this palette, I'm telling you, for $5, it is amazing. This is like a NYX dupe. You know, the NYX is like $25. This one's $5. And it works really well. It blends in the colors very easily. They're not chalky whatsoever. And of course, I'm going to use my Holy Grail Airspun. And this is what I'm going to use to set my T-zone in most of my face. Now, if you use this a lot, well, not if you use it, but if you apply too much, it might make you look white. But that's where the bronzer, you know, and a little bit more concealer can come in, kind of bring more warmth to your face. Pretty much just bring the color back. I'm going to be using Too Faced Chocolate Soleil or something like that. Or I can't really pronounce it. And I'm going to use this as my bronzer, just a little bit. You see, as I'm going, my face looks white, but I'm putting color and it starts to look normal. I use the color Punk, again from the same palette, and the color Blackout, just so I can kind of define my waterline a little bit more. And I like to do this after I have done my highlight, just so it can blend in with both together. I was so feeling myself. Yes, bitch, yes. Imagine if I had a weave. I'm going to be using Tarte's Amazonian 12-hour clay, is it clay? 12-hour blush. I forgot the name, but I will have it in the description bar below. I use two different types of lashes, and you can find these at your beauty store. Red Cherry has them. Just type in number 43 and number 217. I didn't put the footage where I applied the second one because most of the time was me leaning downwards. Now this mascara is like another holy grail of mine. It's a Mexican mascara. You guys probably have seen it like in some Facebook groups or whatnot, but you can actually purchase this at the flea market or at the meat store, and it makes your lashes last longer, like almost throughout the day. And this is my little secret weapon. I heat up my curling iron, and probably some of your moms did this when you guys were younger, but it actually makes them, you know, the heat makes them curled. And then with that mascara, I'm telling you, you sometimes won't even need falsies for this. And here, if you guys want to go to my Instagram, I do have a video, a clip where how I apply my highlight. Again, I use my NYX my setting spray for almost everything, and this will actually make your your highlight extra glowy. I'm going to be using NYX Lingerie Baby Doll Lip Color, just as a nude because I didn't want to compete the eyes with the lips. And that's pretty much it, you guys. I'm going to try and make more videos, and again, if you guys have any requests, go ahead and let me know, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye bye.